I receive a lot of requests to prepare this presentation in English. I will try do it, but note this, English is not my native language. Quick look what we got in the box. Like you see is the warranty card, receipt. We receive micro SD card, 2 gigabytes, CD with software include. It's very important, this first icon with software, of course, antenna, declaration, quick guide, and short version of manual. Full manual you find on the CD, because full manual have around 300 pages. What do we got here? Blade clip, and of course battery model BP 271, 7.4 volts, 1150 milliamps. And here we get universal charger from 100 to 220 volts. Output is 12 volts, half amp. This is only charger. And here we got the transceiver. Now we try install the battery. Right here, and install the belt clip. First time turning on the transceiver. Like you see, this is very important to notice. This is only 400 MHz band, no 144 MHz band. Let's start and look closer to this transceiver. Like you see, we have a big dot matrix display. On the top we have GPS receiver, very nice keypad, very nice to operate this transceiver, and of course we have information. This is UHF transceiver. We must wait for the focusing. Icom FAS270C model of this antenna. Antenna have the SMA connector, a female in the transceiver and male in the antenna. On the top we have 2 dials, bigger is the volume and other is the for control. Switch the channels and switch the menu function. Like you see is the PTT button, scratch button, and here we have micro SD card, which we use to receive GPS data and record our QSO. To operate micro SD card with regular SD card reader, we should have the adapter, something like you see. Okay, on the other side we find microphone and speaker connector. We can use regular old-fashioned speaker microphone. Like you see, I have old one Alinco, 2.5 and 3.5 millimeter jacks works fine, no problem. Like you see, we receive and transmission with no problems. Under the speaker microphone we have 2 other connector, data connector or DC in for charging the battery. This data connector is the same like we got in the Icom 2220. It's very easy to operate. We got in this model included software. Of course, we can program radio downloading file to micro SD card, but we can also prepare the cable. Cable is very easy to make without no electronics, only two connector and free wire, like you see on the charts. Is very easy to prepare. Everyone which have very often programming the radio should prepare this cable, because downloading file to micro SD take more time than connect one cable to your transceiver. Like you see, we need DB9 female connector and 2.5mm jacks and 3 wires to prepare this data cable. Now we can compare with Icom IC92. Here look, difference is 31 is much smaller, but look very solid. Like you see, only 430 to 440 megahertz. Of course, you find in the internet how to unlock this transceiver, but that will be hardware unlocking, no software unlocking method. Okay, let's look closer to the menu and display. Few words about new functions which we find in this device. Features of one is the voice memo. It's very nice feature. It's something like QSO recorder. You can set the mode, for example, receive only or transceiving and receiving. When you enable this function, all incoming and outgoing transmission will be recorded on the SD card. Later you can download the file to your PC, or of course you can play it on the transceiver. Now you see the record list. You have all information about date and time, and at the bottom you find the frequency and mode. When you start the play, you see also this information, and additionally you find this is RX or TX record. You can record digital voice transmission and also analog FM transmission. You can choose two different options for record: split file, like you see in this case, and without splitting, one long file with all receiving and transmission records. Next option is the GPS. We have built-in GPS at the top of the transceiver. We call it internal GPS. It's work perfectly, fix very fast and works fine, much better than in Icom E2820. All information to APRS system will be sent over the digital voice repeater system. This device have no analog modem for APRS. That is very important. You know, it's only information to APRS system will be sent over the digital voice repeater network. Of course, we can select all data what we want to send to the APRS network, and in the future we can look on the map, for example APRS.fi. And now you see GPS information. We have the satellite which we receive. Now GPS position, you have exact position with the altitude. You can switch to between display the altitude or grid locator. Now you see I switched to my grid locator. And now you see the GPS logger. This is very nice feature. You can choose the interval, how often your location will be recorded and put to the SD card. You can later download data to your PC and put it, for example, to the map and see how your trip looks like. We can also have option logger only. When we enable this function, transceiver only work like the GPS with the logger. No other function receiving transmission is enabled. To turn it off, you should switch off and on transceiver again. Like you see, we can choose SSID, command, choose a symbol. Like you see, we have 4 different icons. And of course command, which we send to the APRS network, and future we can find it on the map. Next position menu is call sign. It's regular in other digital voice devices. Eric's history, our logbook. Next is the digital voice memory. You can store your call sign data using included software or manually from the transceiver. You can later choose this to set up link and unlink the repeaters. I show it later. Next option is repeater list. You can download a repeater list from the internet and import to the transceiver. Like you see all the repeaters in the groups. Here we have group Poland, our local Polish digital voice repeaters, only 5 pages. All repeater lists which I find in the internet have around 700 records. I delete them from the transceiver because for me it's very much easy. Choose only with list. Few repeaters now, around 700 repeaters. Okay, next function is my call sign. You can choose your call sign and your message. Next is the digital voice settings. For C, this is tone control. For receiving and transmitting signal, you can choose bass, treble, some kind of equalizer. This is very nice. It's new option in digital voice devices. Next menu we have speech menu. You can choose 2 different languages between Japanese and English. When the transceiver receives signal which include your call sign, will spell it for you in English, for example, or Japanese if you prefer. Next function, DTMF T-call. Other function of the transceiver, power save monitor. This is similar settings like in other analog or digital transceiver. Now we have last option, SD card. You can choose from option load setting and save settings. When you load settings, is very nice option. You can choose all data, for example, only repeater list, or all data without replacing your call sign and message. This is very nice to use. When you save settings on the SD card, you can put it in your PC and open with included software. You have SD card info, 34 hour for recording QSO, format option and unmount option. Now the best option of the device, digital repeater mode. One touch of the button and now transceiver going crazy things. Like you see, you have two lines. Everything is very easy. We can go to the repeater list, choose with the groups of repeaters, or choose option nearest repeater. Now you see list of nearest your repeater with the distance and direction on the bottom. It's very nice. For example, we choose our nearest repeater 9 km from me, Kielce. When you choose repeater, all settings will made. This is it. We have frequency, we have call sign of the repeater, everything is prepared for you, for QSO. Now you can switch for local CQ, like you see in the details. You have only one repeater set. This is the local QSO on the local repeater, no gateway. You can now switch to your call sign with your prepare, for example, gateway. And now you see in the details, we have all prepared for gateway connections to other repeater. Very easy. For example, unlink the repeater. One turn of dial, one push to talk, and now we have unlinking. Sorry. Now we unlink our repeater with, for example, in other repeater. One push to talk, one PTT, and we are linking with reflector 52. It's very easy to operate now. Switch to gateway. Like you see, name of the repeater, frequency, call sign, everything is on the display. Nice and clear. One simple touch of button, Eric's history also is prepared for you. For example, we can switch with one single rotation of the repeater. Now we switch to other repeater. Like you see in the details, our setting was made by one single rotation of the dial. It's very nice and very powerful option of this device. This is a new way of communication over digital voice repeater.